back to my channel, Side Hustle Seattle. If you remember in my last video, if you got a chance to watch my last video, then you know I'm kind of on this journey to become a loan signing agent and do remote online notary work. And I can link the last video if you want to take a look at that. But if you watched it, then you would know that I said that one of the regrets that I had early on was buying too many training courses. So I bought two. I bought a notary course, and then I bought a loan signing agent course through Mark Wills. So my notary course is the one that I actually want to review today, just in case you are also looking to do a basic notary course, especially if you're looking to do one through the same company. So I did mine through the American Society of Notaries. Yeah, the ASN American Society of Notaries. And I did this one because it was Washington specific. I was looking through other notary courses, and most of them weren't Washington specific. And so I wanted to make sure that I got one that is, just in case there's a bunch of different like nuances and stuff that I needed to understand. And so I was going to originally do mine through the National Notary Association, and then switch because I saw that it didn't talk specifically about the state that I'm looking to apply in. So there's some things I liked about it, there's some things I didn't like about it, and I wanted to make sure that I give you my honest opinion, just so you can make the most informed decision for yourself if you're also looking to get this course. So again, I went through American Society of Notaries. The course was $25. It was the Washington specific one. Now, when you get in it, well, let me talk about things I like first. So when you get into the course, it has like a basic table of contents on the side where you can see everything that's going to end up taking you through. So this one talks about, of course, just being a notary in general. In a more general sense, it talks about all of the tools and supplies that you need, from the bond to the stamp to the journal, to all of that. It'll take you through what notarial acts you can do within the state, what each of them means, some jargon that you'll hear, and how to interpret it, and then like specific circumstances, like if you don't speak the same language as somebody, or if you have somebody in a representative capacity. And so it goes down through that. And I think it does actually a really good job of like compiling all information into one place. I think one of the things that I've learned is there's so much information out there, and you may have to go through different sources to get everything that you need. And so it did a good job of just like putting it all in one easy to follow area. It also had some tips on it. So like, it's a lot of legal jargon, right, when you're reading through stuff like this. And so it'll say the legal jargon, it'll give an example about what that means, and it'll give you a tip from the American Society of Notaries about like how they would go about it, or some things that you should consider. So I did really like that. Also at the end of it, it gives you like a certificate of completion, which is nice. It looks like you could attach that or send it alongside an application if you had to. It's something that you can put on your wall if you want to make yourself look more professional. So that was a cute touch. Now, the things I didn't like, well, actually, let me back up. It also talked about being electronic, doing electronic notary work, which was nice, because obviously I am going to get my electronic endorsement alongside my commission. So it did touch briefly on that. It didn't really touch on remote online notary work, because at the time this was published, this looks like this was published in 2019, remote online notary work wasn't approved in the state of Washington yet. So it says that it's coming, it just doesn't touch on how to exactly do it, because it wasn't passed at the time, or it wasn't something that was going on at the time. So yes, those are the things that I did like about the course. Some of the things that I didn't like about the course is, first things first, like once you actually purchase the course, you're hit with this thing that says you have 2 weeks to complete this course. So you only have 2 weeks. So you paid your money, and you don't really get the course forever. So you have 2 weeks from the time that you bought it to finish the course. Now, I don't know if it said that before I purchased it or not. I feel like it's the latter. I feel like I didn't see that before I purchased it, or I wouldn't have purchased it then. So I think that was kind of like, it's kind of messed up, right? Because at the end of the day, I purchased it, so I want to be able to look back on it. But then also, because I purchased it so early before I even got my commission, I'm taking a training that I'm taking a training and not necessarily using it right away. And so by the time I actually am going to put it into practice, most of that stuff I'm going to forget. So part of that's on me for buying it too early, but also like, I think one of the benefits of a training course is being able to go back and reference it, right? And so that to me is a huge drawback. For me, that's actually like the number one thing about this course, which is why I wouldn't recommend trainings through this specific company, is that 2 week time window. And it's not like it's 2 weeks and then you get to download resources specifically from their trainings. No, it's like 2 weeks and you're just kind of out. So that was unfortunate. And I get it, like they want to make sure that you're not just passing your password around to people and that people never paying for this course because like everybody has access to it. So I get why they did it. I just don't think it just wasn't the best decision for me. And then another thing that I didn't necessarily love about the course is it's all text, right? There's no videos. They do have a couple diagrams here and there, but if you're like me, and I feel like a lot of people are in this case, you're a visual learner, right? Like you want to see it. It's one thing to read it and try to interpret what that looks like in real life. It's another thing to see it. And so it's just all text. You might as well be like reading a textbook, you know what I mean? And so I think you would benefit a lot more from having a course that took you through real life examples and kind of walk you through step by step on real life examples. And I will say that the NNA one says that it does it. I haven't taken that course. I probably will now. Well, not now, but I mean, I will later, just because I didn't get that experience. So that's one thing. You're pretty much just reading through pages and pages of text that you then have to kind of like, if you want to write it down and make notes, great. Otherwise, it's kind of it's hard to absorb. And I would say like the third thing that, it's not that I didn't like about the course, but that I realized is that the state of Washington actually does a really good job of giving you all the resources, which I found out after the fact. So there's actually like a Washington Handbook that breaks down all of the things you need to know about being a notary. Even the Washington DOL made a video about being a notary. It doesn't talk you through like real life examples, but essentially it's like an audio version of the handbook. So I'll link both of those so you don't have to go find it. And then when I purchased my package through the NNA, National Notary Association, it came with a Washington primer, which is essentially, again, like a handbook for all Washington notary work. So with those three combined, it didn't make sense for me to go and get a notary course specific to Washington. If anything, it made more sense for me to buy a course that gave me real life examples, because as far as the like specifics to my state, I could have found that elsewhere. So my suggestion, so overall I thought the course was it was okay. I don't think I needed it, to be honest. I feel like if you're going kind of the same route, get a course that walks you through what it would look like in a real life scenario, and find the state specific stuff on your own, because your DOL is 100% going to provide it. You'll be able to find it elsewhere. So I'd say stick to just making sure that you understand what it looks like in practice, and then try to get the other information elsewhere. Now, again, I am not a notary, so I am just giving my like uneducated opinion about what I think would be beneficial. I just know what would be beneficial to me. But again, I don't really know. And I'm a couple weeks out from finding out until I actually get my commission. So if you're actually a notary and you've actually taken training courses that you feel like you're helpful, let us know which ones you thought were good. Like if it's from a YouTube video, go ahead and comment that channel below. If it's a specific course that you paid for, go ahead and let us know which one it is. I would love to actually know your opinion about what you think is helpful and what you think is beneficial, because I'm trying to learn, right? I want to do it right, and I want to make sure that I go in knowing everything that I really need to know. Now, granted, most of the time you're just gonna figure it out on the job, but still, I wanna be as prepared as possible. I'm sure other people watching this do too. So if you have those suggestions, please let everybody know. Again, thank you so much for watching my videos. Let me know if there's anything else that you wanna know about my journey. Of course, once I get my commission and I start taking the loan signing agent test and all of that, I'll make more videos along the way. And once I take the loan signing system course, I'll give my honest opinion on that as well. So just let me know if you want to see anything. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching.